Hey there, Dan Candell, your anxiety relief guy. One of my coaches posed a challenge to me, and she said, Dan, one of the things that you do is you spend way too much time editing videos, or you pay people way too much to edit videos for you. She said, I challenge you to post some videos consistently for the next few weeks, and other than putting captions on them, just post them as unedited as you possibly can and see where you go with it. So I'm like, okay, let's do this. So this video is going to be relatively unedited. So here we go. First and foremost, if you see me waving something around, I have right now on my kitchen table, it looks like a Harry Potter store exploded. I have about 100 Harry Potter wands, and these are like really cool, authentic Harry Potter wands. Because I'm getting married in April and we're having a Harry Potter themed wedding, even though Professor Sprout, the woman who played Professor Sprout, has started criticizing people that like Harry Potter, and even people who have Harry Potter themed weddings. Now, let me just tell you, one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because my partner and I, we love Harry Potter. My mom also loves Harry Potter. She has dementia, and we pushed the wedding up because we want her to be there. So there we go. So with that said, my friends, why should you keep watching this video? Because I'm going to share with you one thing that so many people need, and they don't know they need it until I tell them this. Okay, so here it is. Last week, I was working with a client, like I very often do, and he was struggling with a lot of the same things that most of my clients struggle with. He's like, Dan, it's very difficult for me to get stuff done. He's like, I feel like I can't stand up to my boss. He's like, I feel like I question every decision I do or every decision I make. He's like, I feel like I can't focus. My mind is just so like scattered all over the place. He said it's affecting my relationship. It's affecting my family dynamic and so much. And I'm like, okay. So it sounds to me like you're missing out on one specific mindset or one ability that once I say it, your mind is going to be blown. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's so simple and it makes sense. And just so you know, before we got to this point, I was asking him, as I ask most of my clients, like, how do you want to feel? And we start with the feelings first. And he said, well, I want to feel more congruent. I want to feel more at peace. I want to feel more focused. I want to feel more confident. He's like, I want to feel just calmer. I want to feel an ability, like a strength to speak up for myself. I'm like, okay, all right, all that stuff sounds good. But let's start a little bit more at a different place. I'm going to say one word to you, and this one word is going to seem so powerful because it's going to sound like it can solve all of your problems for you. I said, do you want me to say the word? He's like, yeah, say the word, say the word, say the word. I'm going to ask you, do you want me to say the word? And you're all probably like, yeah, say the word, say the word. It begins with a P. The word is presence. That's it, presence. Presence, that's what the word is. The word is presence. So many of us lack presence. Our mind is constantly scattered. Specifically, people are like entrepreneurs, business owners, executives, team leaders. Like, so many people are just so scattered all over the place, and they're like trying to rub two brain cells together. And there are several reasons for this. One reason could be trauma. One reason could be just constant stress, constant pressure. One reason could be consistent doubt. And there's so many things that can cause this. So presence, when you think about it, it's not just a word. It's a combination of three different feelings all combined together. And if you've read the book by Amy Cuddy, Presence, you'll know that this is from that book. And the three attributes that really encompasses presence are these: confidence, comfort level, and passionate enthusiasm. If you had more confidence, more of a comfort level, and more passionate enthusiasm, you'd probably be a lot better off, wouldn't you? Yeah, you probably would. Now, this is a really interesting concept because one of my favorite business coaches the other day, this is a guy I've been following for a long time. I finally joined his program a while ago, and the first time I joined his program, one of his first videos was like, all right, you beautiful people. He calls everyone in his program you beautiful humans. He's like, all right, you beautiful humans. He's like, here's the thing. And I agree with him so much. He's like, here's the thing, as online entrepreneurs, as sales professionals, as business owners, as team leaders, as CEOs and executives, we always think that solving our problems is based on our external problems that we're solving. And specifically, if you're an entrepreneur or business owner, or you're in sales or in marketing, you've probably heard this before. Oh, we're just one funnel away. Like we got to do one more funnel, or we have to work on our lead magnet, or we have to, which is a freebie or a giveaway, or we have to work on our marketing or our messaging or our targeting or our emails. And that's all external stuff. But guess what? If you worked first on your inner game, then all of that other stuff would fall into place, because now it's more congruent. It's more purposeful. The reason why all that stuff out here externally is not going to matter is because it's going to feel so incongruent. It's going to feel so forced if you don't work on what's inside first. And it's so important that one of the foundations that you work on is presence. So that way you're more engaged. You feel like you have more inner peace. You feel more connected. You feel more of an ability. And things just flow so much easier when you're in a present mode. And presence is also like being mindful, right? It's being mindful of what's going on in here and what's going on out here. And it's being very connected and being much more in flow, so that way things don't pile up on us anymore. And that's one of the reasons as to why we lack presence, is because things just pile up more and more and more and more inside of us. And I consider our beings, I consider our nervous system, our subconscious minds, our bodies like trash compactors. They're like mental, emotional, and energetic trash compactors. We go through so much shit in life that we just try and bury down and push away. But what it's actually doing, it's compacting all that stuff tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter until it can't compact anymore. And that's where it starts to trickle over into so many different areas of our lives, and it influences so many areas of our life. It just doesn't feel congruent, and it feels messy, and we feel messy, and we start to feel like we're broken, or we're scattered, or like we're anxious, or we're always stressed, or we're always frustrated, and we have a short fuse, we're worrying about things. It's because we've tried to pack down so much stuff into our systems, both energetically and emotionally and psychologically, that stuff takes a toll on us after a little while. So one of the ways that we can embrace presence is just by defining it. Defining what does presence mean for you, and what's it going to look like once you embrace presence and it is a key factor and it plays a key role in your life. What's it going to feel like? What's it going to look like? How are things going to be different? And what that does, it activates our reticular activating system in our mind, and it helps us just connect and flow and feel so much more congruent. So just by defining it, and just by doing some of that awareness work and saying, what's it going to be like once I'm more present, and what's it going to feel like? How will I know when I'm more present? Just by doing some of that introspective work, it's going to help you actually become more present in certain areas of your life. Now, of course, there are definitely deeper approaches that we can take. When I work with people, I work with mind, body, and nervous system. It's like a 3-point triangle. And at the same time, I'm working on their identity. It's like helping them change their identity to become like a new you, like them 2.0. And one of the ways that we do this is by clearing the nervous system every week of all the junk that we've accumulated over the course of our lives, and also clearing out all the junk that we accumulated just over the past week. Because what happens is, if we don't clear this stuff on a neurological level, it's going to literally clog our mental and emotional system. Yes, we are like clogged toilets when it comes to emotions and when it comes to our energy. Yes, I've equated us to trash compactors and clogged toilets. Oh my gosh, this is a great video already, right? So what we're doing is we're just clearing the shit every week. We clear the shit. And that's why there's so many people that stick with me in my program from week to week to week, because we do different clearings. And sometimes people, after the very first clearing, they'll notice like an instant shift. And some people, it'll take like 3, 4, 5 clearings because there's so much stuff in their nervous system. Now, some of you watching this are going to comment and you're going to say, well, it would take at least 100 for me because I've been through so much stuff. I understand that. I understand it can feel that way, but that's not how it works. What we do is we clear different layers and elements of stuff, and it's almost like ripping off the base coat of paint off a wall, and all the other layers come off it as well. So there are some really cool ways that we do that, but it is about activating the mind, the body, and the nervous system to downregulate the parasympathetic nervous system, and just to feel more at peace, to feel more in your element, to feel more present. And again, presence is a combination of confidence, comfort level, and passionate enthusiasm. And just from knowing that, you can say, okay, which ones do I want to work on today? I can work on confidence today. I can work on passionate enthusiasm today. I can work on comfort level. So what's going to help me feel more confident? What's going to help me feel more comfortable? What's going to help me feel more passionate or enthusiastic? And maybe one of the answers is, one of the things that's going to help me feel more passionate and enthusiastic is if I listen to a piece of music before I start my day. Or like while I'm doing work or sending emails, if I listen to a piece of music that allows me to get into flow. Or even like putting something like this, like one of these fun wands. I have these 2 wands, and I also have some like really cool Harry Potter journals out in front of me. And these are just things like I put in my work atmosphere, because when I just need like kind of a mindset reset, or if I'm talking to somebody on the phone, emphatically, this is how I'd be more passionate. It's like I talk a lot with my hands, so I do stuff like this a lot if I'm on the phone with people, because they obviously can't see me. So what can you do to feel more passionate, to feel more confident, and also to feel more comfortable? What are some things that you can do? What are some changes you can make to your environment so that way you can make some of those changes internally? With that said, my friends, I hope this video helped you and will help you become even more present. With that said, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, follow my page for more. As always, be well, do good, be true to who you are. Oh, and I almost forgot to say this. If you would like to clear all that stuff and you'd like to get that 2.0 version of you, you'd like to work towards that really high performing side of you, you'd like to work more on presence on an inner level, if you'd like to do more of the inner work and work more on your inner game, there is a link below this video that will guide you to the right place to schedule a call with my team. As always, my friends, be well, do good, be true to who you are. Happy healing. See you soon.